Oh, he loves to fire and what a goal! Oh, I say.
Welcome to another exciting episode of X-Sports, your number one sportstainment show, a fusion of sports and entertainment. It's all for your listening pleasure.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, all over the world. This is Talking Point with Steve, live from the stable of X-Sports, your number one sportainment show on TV, on radio, and online. Brought to you by Eagles Global Resources and Street Creative Studio. We bring this to you live from the city of Lagos, back in Nigeria. Talking Point with Steve is live on MZ Radio, London, and AP Radio, UK. So, Talking Point with Steve is where we discuss, dissect, analyze, give perspective as regards sporting issues with a lot of bias to football. Today, we'll be looking at an interesting topic that has to do with the UEFA Champions League draw. We all know that specifically in February, before the lockdown and before COVID-19 pandemic, the UEFA Champions League was at its round of 16. Some teams already decided who move to the quarterfinal stage, while others are yet to decide that. So we'll be looking at the UEFA Champions League draw and the 5 talking points. Like every other activities around the world, there had been new adjustments, there has been new approach to how things, businesses, economy, medicine, everything under human endeavor has grown in the last few months. And football is no exception to this. That we're aware that some teams across Europe had declared winners of their league. Some just recently concluded, like Liverpool just won the England Premiership. Just yesterday, the Spanish La Liga was declared won by Real Madrid, and German Bundesliga Bayern Munich took that. So across Europe, there have been new dimension, new direction, as it were. So UEFA, in the bid to ensure that the Champions League for year 2019 and 20 is concluded, needs to come out with a new dimension, and it's until June this year. No specific direction was given until June. After the meeting of UEFA, it was agreed that the UEFA Champions League will go ahead, but with a special format and in special circumstances. So today we'll be looking at 5 different talking points as regards the UEFA Champions League draw. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with my 5 talking points. My name remains Lion Day Stephen Torulokwe. Don't go anywhere. This is Talking Point with Steve.
My name is John, and I'm on Talking Point with Steve. Export, MZ Radio London.
Welcome back. This is still Talking Point with Steve from the stable of Exports, and of course, my number 5 from the rear. Talking about 5 different talking points on the UEFA Champions League draw is to look at the topic I titled Games Behind Closed Doors. Games Behind Closed Doors. Of course, it's no longer news that there's practically no league across Europe or all over the world that spectators have been allowed to come back because of the pandemic and because of the widespread of COVID-19. So gradually, it's a gradual process. So the concluding part of UEFA Champions League, talking about the round of 16 and the eventual the quarterfinal stage, will be played behind closed door. That is what the UEFA body has come up with. We would appreciate the fact that it's not just behind any door. A particular stadium had been chosen for this particular game, and that is the stadium in Lisbon, Portugal. That's where all the 3 stadiums in Lisbon, in Portugal, where all the matches will be played. Benfica's home staged the Champions League final in 2014, where Real Madrid beat Atletico. We all remember. It was then filled with over 65,000 capacity, but all matches will be played behind closed door due to the fears and inflows of supporters around Europe, which could spark the new wave of COVID-19. And UEFA knows that this is a big concern for them right now. If the games are not played behind closed door, supporters are allowed across Europe, it will be something else. So the restriction orders are still there. Portugal is a country of over 10 million. This country registering over 300 cases of coronavirus, and they need to be careful, and that is why UEFA has agreed that all matches will be played in Portugal, and the format actually has changed, but all the games will still be played behind closed door. That's my number 5. So for those that want to see the best of UEFA Champions League, you will see it live, but then it would be behind closed door. No spectators will be allowed, so that UEFA as a body will be able to manage and screen the players, the officials, and everybody that will be participating the entire room. So prevention is said to be better than cure, and that is why UEFA as a body has taken such measures to ensure that there is no widespread of COVID-19. That's my number 5. My number 4 is that no backup plan. I typed no backup plan. No backup plan because the UEFA president Alexander Seferin has remained insistent that there's no need for backup plan. That plan, he insists, is gonna work. Let's all play in Portugal. Let's ensure that as against playing home and away, let's just do one game, get knocked out, and that is it. No backup plan. He said, and I quote, "I'm confident that the continued and the constant collaboration between all stakeholders we will conclude the season in a positive way in Lisbon. There's no need for a plan B," Seferin said last week. UEFA plans to complete the Europa League with an identical format, a final 8 in Germany, with the final due to go ahead in Cologne on August 24th. That's to talk about the Europa part of it. Champions League will be played in Lisbon, Portugal, while Europa League would be played in Cologne in Germany, which will be concluded on August 24th. So no backup plan. That is the plan. He's sticking to the plan, and he's saying that it's going to work. Let all hands be on deck. Stakeholders have met, and to ensure that Champions League this year, because of the level of money involved, because of the level of sponsorship involved, needs to be completed, and UEFA as a team is doing everything humanly possible that this takes place as it were. That is my number 4 on talking point when it comes to the UEFA Champions League draw. I will come back, we'll look at number 3 and number 2. Don't go anywhere. This is Talking Point with Stevo. My name remains Alive on the Steve Tolo. I'll be right back.
Hello guys, you're listening to Exports Talking Point with Stevo, and this is All Fields.
Welcome back. This is still Talking Point with Stevo. Here we are discussing the UEFA Champions League draw and the possibility of the new format and all that. So my number 3 is called the league format. The league format. Often, of course, what we have over the years known UEFA Champions League matches to be, except for the final, is that it's always a two-legged affair. You play in a stadium of Team A, and Team B equally visit the other stadium. So home and away has always been the format of UEFA Champions League. But with the present pandemic, with the present situation we have found ourselves, there's a new format, and that format is total totally different from what we are used to. It's a knockout. Everybody gathers for UEFA Champions League. Everybody gathers in Portugal, Lisbon, Portugal. For Europa, everybody gathers in Cologne, Germany. That is where it's going to be played. So the league format is my number 3. Within days, football across Europe was suspended, and it was only in mid-June that UEFA was able to unveil a way of finishing the flagship tournament, the main economic driver for European football governing body. Before the pandemic, the UEFA Champions League matches of the estimated gross commercial revenue from UEFA Champions League and the UEFA Europa Cup is estimated to be 3.25 billion euros. That's about $3.6 billion. That is so massive. So when you have this as money to be made, as money to be spent, as sponsorship deal, you cannot but find a way around it, so that sponsors will not withdraw, so that other forms of endorsement will not begin to have court cases and all that. While we all reckon with the fact that life is involved, while we all reckon with the fact that life is at stake and all that, if there's a way to go around it, definitely, if such amount of money is involved, definitely people will do everything humanly possible to go around it. So the league format is the format we are using, and that's to enable and ensure safety of players, because if you need to play at a different stadium, the possibility of some unruly fans taking over the stadium will be very, very likely. So league format is play one knockout, and you either move to the quarterfinal stage properly, or you move to the from the round of 16 to the quarterfinal to the semi-final, and you move probably to the final. But all the games will be played in Portugal. So the plan is to go to Portuguese capital for a unique final 8 straight knockout tournament from the quarterfinals onward, starting on August 12th and finishing with the final at Benfica Stadium de la Zoo on August 23rd. It will share the quarterfinal and semi-final matches with Estadojos Alvade Sporting Home just along Lisbon Segunda Circular Ring Road. So it's Benfica Stadium that the final will be played on August 23rd. Don't forget that the matches will start from August 12th, and that is what we have seen. The league format makes it different from the two-legged format that we are known for. This is basically because of the need to ensure safety, of the need to ensure compactness, of the need to ensure that UEFA will be able to put players together, ensure their safety, ensure that medically people are screened, and the game of football will not be totally affected. There were a lot of complaints that does this give advantages to some team or not, but that's not the issue. The issue is that UEFA as a body needs to find a way around it, and that is what they have done so far. So good. So that is my number 3, looking at the league format for the UEFA Champions League. Number 2, I target no home advantage, neutral pitch, no home advantage. Of course, we have mentioned league. We have mentioned the fact that those that have started, that specifically in February, there were some games that were concluded before the ban on football across Europe. But there were other matches that are yet to be concluded. For the concluding part of the matches of round of 16, we have Barca. Barca ought to be doing, playing an home advantage in Camp Nou against Napoli, having played 1-1 draw at Napoli Stadium. So that is a major one for Barca. Now going to Portugal to go and slug it out with Napoli. We all know that Chelsea, football club, the boys of Frank Lampard, with no much experience or practically no experience on the managerial level, capitulated to Bayern Munich at home at Stamford Bridge, 3-0. So going to Allianz Arena would have been an advantage, major one for Bayern Munich, whether there's fans or not. But going to Allianz Arena would have been a massive advantage for Bayern Munich. But 3 goes down. The first leg result still stood and still stands. So Chelsea will be playing the one leg at Portugal. But can they overturn this? Can something new come out of this? Only time will tell. For Manchester City against Zinedine Zidane, Real Madrid, I'm talking about those that have just been declared the champion of the Spanish La Liga yesterday. They lost 2-1 at the Bernabeu to Manchester City. You know what that means. Manchester City will have relished the opportunity of having the Benzemas of this world, Sergio Ramos and co, come to Etihad and face fire, when the Man City takes on them. They lost 2-1. The damage was done right at the backyard at the Bernabeu for Real Madrid. But this is a new Zinedine Zidane team. They played over 12 matches and not losing any to overtake Barca and eventually win the Spanish La Liga. This is the first time that Zinedine Zidane will be doing that, despite the fact that his 4 years in Madrid before brought him 3 UEFA Champions League, but then without any La Liga trophy. Now he has added the La Liga trophy to his kitty. So that is a major disadvantage to Man City that could have sailed to rumble it and make matters difficult for the Zinedine Zidane boys at Etihad. Also, another one to be talked about is that Juventus won't be able to do their magic, the old lady magic in Turin, having lost 1-0 to Lyon in France at the first leg. They lost 1-0. It will have been an advantage for the Dybalas and Cristiano Ronaldo of this world if they had the opportunity of hosting Lyon for the second leg. But 1-0 is still open and anything can still happen. So these are the matches. Talking about Chelsea, Bayern, Madrid, Man City, Lyon, Juve, and Napoli, Barca. These are the 4 matches that has one leg to be completed. So no home advantage for these matches, because they are just playing a one-off game. That is what they are meant to do. So it doesn't automatically cancel the existing results, but the atmosphere, the role of the fans and every other thing, would have been massive. Even if it's in an empty stadium, when you play at your stadium, it's a lot different from going to a neutral stadium like Portugal. So that is my number 2 on Talking Point with Steve. Talking about the home advantage at a neutral pitch, home advantage, compared to what we have now, which is a neutral pitch for the concluding part of those games that have been played the first leg. So when I come back, I'll give you the last one, which is my number 1 of the topic, the Champions League draw and the 5 talking points. When I come back, I'll give you my last point and my number 1. Don't go anywhere.
My name is Marcus. I'm on Talking Points with Stevo on X Sports, MZ Radio, London.
Welcome back. This is the Talking Point with Stevo, where we bring you sporting related issues. So today we are looking at nothing but recently announced the UEFA Champions League draw. And number one is tagged the stage for the big boys. The stage for the big boys. Oftentimes, individuals and specific players have over the years pushed their team to the boundary of success. We have seen this years after years. The current holder, Liverpool, you can say that the Sadio Manes of this world, the Mo Salahs of this world, the Virgil van Dijk of this world, the Alisson of this world, the Henderson of this world are part of those that stood to be counted for Liverpool to taking over that competition. Of course, not forgetting the heroic intervention of fringe players like Divock Origi, fringe players like Shaqiri, and of course the 2 goals of players like Gini Wijnaldum. So players have over the years stood to be counted when the chips are down. So are we going to have big boys standing up to be counted, or are we going to have new set of boys taking over the stage, filling the big shoes left for the big boys? This is a thought for us to ruminate over. So individuals over the years have made a difference. Will this year UEFA Champions League be different? Let me say no, because some boys will still be counted in the annals of the history of their teams. When they are talking about this competition, some names will be mentioned, and for your name to be mentioned, for you to stand tall in the annals of the history of your team and this competition, then you must have done the unthinkable, or you must have taken an extraordinary stand to be counted, to be seen. So would we still have to see the big boys standing to be counted, talking about the traditional boys from the big teams, or this competition at this stage would afford us the opportunity of seeing the new boys taking over the space and determining the direction to which this competition would navigate? Only time will tell. So the question is that would the traditional boys like Lionel Messi, the Suarez, the Griezmann of Barcelona be the determinant factor to tinker the direction in favor of Barcelona, or the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, the Dybalas of this world, of Juventus, stand tall eventually and ensure that the reason to which Ronaldo himself was bought to Juventus would be made valid eventually if they wins? Or are we going to see the old boys like Benzema, the Hazard of this world, or the Gareth Bale of Real Madrid, turning around things against Manchester City and getting counted as it were? Or are we going to see the resurgence and the statement that needed to be made by the Pep Guardiola boys of the noisy neighbor? I'm talking about Manchester City. When people like Aguero ticks, then there's a major problem everywhere. When people like Kun Aguero roars, it means that the entire room will know that something has happened. So if the Agueros of this world, the Sterlings of this world, the De Bruyne of this world, of Manchester City, get to the party and become part of the party, I'm sure Real Madrid will have their fingers burnt. For the likes of Chelsea, of course they have the new boys, the Pulisic, the Puliskis of this world. They have the Oliver Giroud and Tammy Abrahams and co. Would they be counted? Would they be able to turn the things around against Bayern Munich? Only time will tell. It's a tall order if you ask me. I see that game as done and dusted. But then it's football. Anything can happen. For Bayern Munich, are we still going to see possibility of stopping the incessant and the crazy goals being scored by Lewandowski? Or are we going to see the players like Müller and co getting to the party and being counted. So the Lewandowski, the Muller of this world, they are the old boys that have done it before, that know what it means to do it, for Bayern Munich. Are they going to be counted? Or are we going to see Neymars of this world, the Mbappes of this world, the Cavani's of this world, from PSG, standing tall and making sure that PSG have a shot at the Champions League this time around? Or we are going to see the people at the helms of affair, at Atletico Madrid, talking about the Koke, the João Felix, and the Diego Costa of Atletico Madrid, coming to the party for Diego Simeone boys, for Diego Simeone and Atletico Madrid. Will they be able to come to party, having successfully lodged out the defending champion Liverpool in February? Would they be able to maintain the rhythm and maintain the tempo? Only God and only time will tell. Having mentioned these big boys, we are not to forget the other teams that do not have big names, or as it were, not experienced in the Champions League. Champions League is equally a platform for the new boys to take over and get counted and be known. So for the new boys on the brink of international explosion, are we going to see the likes of Moussa Dembele, Ekambi, and the Toussaint of Lyon coming to the party? Or we are going to see the likes of Pasalic or Zapata of Atlanta being counted when it matters most? That Atlanta is a team that you cannot rule out anything from. Same with Lyon, with Moussa Dembele and co. For Napoli, the Insigne of this world, the Dres Mertens of this world, are we going to see them come to party? So if they come to party, then it means that the Sheikh and the Sabsisa of this world can equally be mentioned or be counted when the chips are down. But this and many more are what is at stake for Champions League. Looking at the young boys, looking at the new boys. So if the Sheiks of this world, if the Sabsisa of RB Leipzig, comes to party. Of course, Timo Werner is no longer there. He's now with Chelsea. He used to be a major force with RB Leipzig. So the Sheiks of this world, the Sabsisa of this world, if they come to party, then RB Leipzig will not just move from the quarterfinal. They will probably cause more damage, and the entire world might have to stand and give an ovation for them. So for the round of 16 conclusion, seeing Juventus play Lyon, Man City conclude Real Madrid, it will be played on 7th of August 2020. For the other conclusion, the other leg, which will be one leg off now, is Bayern, versus Chelsea. Don't forget, Juventus, Lyon, ended 1-0 in favor of Lyon. Manchester City, Real Madrid ended 2-1 in favor of Man City, of course, at Bernabeu. And Bayern Chelsea was a catastrophe for Lampard and his boys, losing 3-0 at Stamford Bridge. So Barcelona Napoli ended 1-1 with one red card for Barcelona, but all those ones would not matter now. On 8th of August, we are going to see Bayern take on Chelsea and Barcelona take on Napoli. So for the quarterfinal draw, which is meant to be on 12th of August, Atlanta will play PSG, RB Leipzig will play Atletico. On 14th of August, winner between Napoli and Barcelona will tackle winner between Chelsea and Bayern. And on the 15th of August, winner between Real Madrid and Man City will tackle winner between Lyon and Juventus. The semi-final stage will be played on 18th of August, and the final will be on the 23rd of August. A quick prediction: Atalanta PSG. I'll go for PSG. They have experience, they've been there, and this is the time for the Neymars, the Cavani's of this world to be counted. On 13th of August, we have the quarterfinal, RB Leipzig versus Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid, having done what they did against Liverpool, I think they should have a little edge over RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig is not a team to be discounted. Same with Atalanta, who are behind Manchester City in terms of goals, highest goals scoring side, just behind Manchester City across the entire Europe. So it's not going to be a walkover of PSG, and it's not going to be a walkover for Atletico Madrid over RB Leipzig. On the 14th of August, Napoli, Barcelona, Chelsea, Bayern. So I'll take Barcelona and I'll take Bayern, and on both sides I'll take Barcelona, wreaking havoc on Napoli, and I'll take Bayern wreaking havoc on Chelsea. So between Bayern and Barca, I would think Bayern would hold sway. The Messis of this world and the Luis Suarez of this world might not be able to hold the Lewandowskis of this world. On the 15th of August, Madrid, Man City. That is a dicey one, but I'll go for Man City. I think they are in a better position, and that's why I find that Madrid has a lot of experience and has just recently won the Spanish La Liga. I think Man City will still have a way. Pep Guardiola needs to make a statement with this. It can go either way, but I'll take Man City ahead of Madrid. Lyon, Juventus. I'll stick my head for Ronaldo and co in Juventus. Doing this. Juventus, Man City, tall one. I'll still stick to Man City. So that is my prediction. Till I see you guys next week. Remain blessed. Remain safe. Don't go out when it's not necessary. Keep safe. Keep ensuring that you're doing the needful to ensure that your state of hygiene is at the best. Keep fit and always be good to yourself. I'll take that again. Alright, that is the end of our program today. We have successfully looked at 5 talking points of the UEFA Champions League draw. So I want to appreciate my producer Muiwa Yinka of Mnet Studio. Appreciate my people at the Ems of Affair at MZ Radio London, and my very own people at the Ems of Affair at the AP Radio UK for their continuous support for this platform. I want to appreciate my wife, appreciate everybody that has made this and have always been supporting us over the years. Thank you and God bless. This is Talking Point with Steve from the stable of exports, brought to you by Eagles House Global Resources. My name remains Alain de Steven Tolokwe. See you and God bless.
Export on Radio, your #1 sportainment show.